guys, welcome back. I just want to take this moment, you guys, just to have a transparent moment with you. Normally, I do my you say what show or some type of storytelling or the murder mystery that we have going on, but I wanted to stop in my tracks and give you guys something totally different, especially since we're in this season. But this, what I'm gonna share with you, it goes way past this entire season. But you know how sometimes you just come to a point in your life where you just have this moment where you see something and it alters your way of thinking. Let me share something with you guys. So, about 4 years ago, or what have you, I took a leap of faith and I moved to Las Vegas. And I took me, and it was my minor son, and I took my oldest daughter wanted to go with me. So you guys, we decided to move to Las Vegas. We lived in Henderson, Nevada. And we had, I possibly had a job lined up. I say possibly, had a job lined up. We had saved up some money. We had a beautiful apartment out there. We drove cross country, you guys. 19 hours it takes to drive cross country. So what we did, no, 29 hours. So what we did was we did it in 3-day increments, 10 hours one day, 10 hours the next, 10 hours the next day, and then boom, we were finally there. But what I did, you guys, was I wanted to change. I lived in low income housing for like 11 and a half years. I was tired of it. I had worked for the county, and I still did not have enough money to move out of where I was. I could not get out of low income housing, even though I made decent money at the county. It just wasn't enough when it comes to having, I think when I moved there, I had I had 4 children, and all of them were minors. And then eventually my daughter and my oldest son moved out. But it never was enough for me to be able to actually move the way that I wanted to. So when the opportunity came for me to move to Vegas, I was super excited because I wanted to change, and I really was done with Cincinnati. You know how you grow up somewhere and you're like kind of done with that city. No matter what goes on in the city, you're over it. So what I did was, you guys, I gave away everything. I gave away couches and beds and all of that different stuff. Totally gave it away. Let me turn this so y'all can see my little Christmas tree right here. See here? So we be in the holiday spirit, y'all. So I totally gave away everything just because I want to start all over. So we get out there to Vegas. Let me describe this apartment to you. I don't really have any pictures of it on the inside, but I'm going to post some pictures at the very end of this video to show you a little bit of the area that we stayed in. And I mean, the apartment was gorgeous. It was everything I ever wanted. The kitchen was facing the mountains. That was something that I said that I wanted. I wanted to be in a good neighborhood, and because my son went to school, and we got in a neighborhood called Henderson, which is kind of a really good area. And so the school that my son went to, which was Coronado, was like the top 2 schools. Like it was a number, like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the greatest, it was like a number 9. So we're in that area. I mean, the apartment was gorgeous. 3-bedroom, walk-in closet, granite tops, stainless steel furniture. Out there in Nevada, every apartment comes with a washer and a dryer included. Garden tub, balcony from my bedroom, balcony from the living room. I mean, absolutely stunning. We got out there, we got our beds. We were working on getting furniture. I went shopping for the kitchen, and just everything was so freaking amazing. It was something totally different from what I ever had. This was by far one of the best apartments that I have ever had, when I say in my entire life, because I grew up in subsidized housing, or either we grew up in just a low income area or a poor area. So to have something like this, and it was a gated community, to have something like this, it was like, whoa, this was life changing. So I had met a gentleman applied for a job out there with the Venetian Hotel, everything like that. The guy said, when you get out here, call me, we got a job for you, woo, woo, woo. Get out there, you guys, and I tell you, about a month and a half, about mid-July, we got there at the beginning of June, mid-July, I don't know what happened, but everything went south. it just went. The guy that his name was Johnny, I never forget. The guy that I was supposed to link with, couldn't find him. We went on job interview after job interview for the county out there for all different kind of positions, out the administrative assistant. We killing them. I would kill them in the interview. Nothing, we'll hear nothing back. My daughter couldn't find the job. It was horrible. So eventually I told my daughter, I said, we're gonna do one or two things. We're either gonna stay here, keep toughing it out, expend all our money, or we'll just exhaust all our money, our funds, or we can go back home. And so we made the sad decision to go back home. The thing about going back home, you guys, was I couldn't take everything. We had just got beds, TVs. We took our TVs, furniture, all this different stuff. We couldn't take everything. So I literally told my kids, you're gonna have to pack up whatever you can. And I let my daughter and my son pack up most of their stuff that they could do. And I came back, you guys, with one bag of clothes. I know I had 2 garbage bags of clothes. So my whole entire life was in 2 garbage bags. And I had a bag that I had my purses in. Now you buy a comforter set and that big old plastic thing, so I had put all my purses in there. And we left everything. When I tell you guys, I lost designer shoes, it just, everything that I had accumulated and worked so hard for was gone. So we moved back, and I found myself living with my younger daughter, and I was sleeping on the couch that she had gave me. And when I tell you guys, I was in a absolute lowest place in my entire life. I've taken in plenty of people to come live with me, but I never needed to live with anybody. So here I am, and I felt so bad because my daughter lost some of her stuff. My son, he doesn't talk that much. He'll talk, but he didn't really express himself. But I know he was disappointed, and I was disappointed, and we came back to nothing. And one day I got up, looked out the window, and my car was gone. So I had a Chevy Equinox, and I had got that car brand new. They cut it literally off the truck that comes down the highway, cut it off, gave me the color that I wanted. And that year that they took it in, I think August, we came back in August. They maybe took it September. They took it in September. I would have been finished paying that car off in December. So now I have no transportation. And I went and found a temporary job and ended up working in a steel company, lifting heavy steel doors that you see at the house, at the hospital. You know, the door, you push the thing and it opens up like this. I was lifting those. And when I tell you, I cried on that couch so much, you guys, I cried on that couch so much. And I went without a car for 2 years. I've never been without a car. I don't care if it was a busted car, a hoopty car, a good car, or whatever car. I was never without a car. And so I had to depend on people for 2 years to take me around back and forth to work, or either, just to the grocery store. And I mean, my support system was amazing. People really stepped up to the plate and helped me out. So I finally found this apartment, which was through a friend, a distant friend of mine's. And she had lived across the hallway. And when I walked into this apartment that I'm in now, you guys, I was absolutely disgusted. Because you go from low-income housing, amazing apartment. When I tell you the apartment was amazing, they had an Amazon locker box there. The business center, it had a pool table, it had an arcade, it had coffee all the time. You could use the computers, you could print off of it. It had water that was always stocked. They had a pool, it had a cabana, it had grills on it. When you go from that, and now I'm in this little bitty 2-bedroom apartment that really, the low-income housing apartment that I lived in, which was a 3-bedroom, was actually better than this apartment. You guys, so I've been in this apartment and it's been 4 years. 4 years in August. And I'm telling this story because in order sometimes to move forward in life, you have to appreciate where you are. You have to appreciate where you are first. And there's a scripture in the Bible that says to be content in whichever state you find yourself in. And I never forget getting up one morning at this apartment, and I had a look on my face like this, just disgust. And I heard a voice that says, don't frown at what I've given you. And I straightened my face up for that moment, but my spirit was disgruntled about this whole entire place. It just was. I didn't decorate it. Me and my son, I had to go back and purchase new beds again. So we had our bed or whatever, and I didn't fix it up. I didn't put a picture on the wall. I didn't do nothing. This apartment was set up with 2 banquet tables with a little cloth on it, enough for me to just sit at and to craft on one side, because you guys know I make candles, and the other table was used to do my videos that I do for you guys. So you never know what people are going through while they're doing these videos to make you laugh and make you happy. One thing I learned, side note, a lot of comedians are really inside, they're sad, but the highlight of their day is making other people laugh, and then they go back sometime into these dark places. So I've been in some dark places. A lot of people don't know that about comedians, though. And that was it. And it wasn't until, and I kept saying in my mind, Sherry, you got to get over it. You got to get over it. You got to get over it. You know how you have such a major disappointment in your life? Like you can't appreciate where you are. You can't appreciate the moments that you're living in because you're so upset about a disappointment that happened back then, and that thing just sticks with you. And I, for the life of me, my God, could not absolutely shake it. I couldn't shake it. And so for those that's been with me for a while, you know, this past week, I went to Jamaica. And Jamaica is absolutely beautiful. Stayed on a resort, 10 restaurants, as much food as you want to eat. Beautiful ocean, beautiful cabanas, beautiful room, music, food, dancing, liquor, wine, rum, of course. Whatever you want to do, just the resort was just amazing. I'm going to post some travel videos on here as well. Just amazing, you guys. Just absolutely amazing and stunning. The service from the people was top notch, and nobody was had an attitude, and they just help. You walk past and they would greet you, all this different stuff. And it wasn't until I went outside of the resort, I said, man, I'm here for the culture. Let me go see the people. And I met this gentleman who was a taxi driver, and I knew he was, you know, a legitimate taxi driver, because that resort, you can't get on that resort if you don't have your credentials. And he took me and drove me around. You guys, I asked him, I said, why are all the houses here not finished? I see a lot of unfinished homes. And he said, because here, it takes about 7 to 10 years to build a house, because they can't get the material. So they build it in stages. And we proceeded to go down this little highway. I don't know what highway it was. I don't know what highway it was. And I saw some people's homes. Y'all, these people live in shacks. Literal shacks. Some of them had no windows. Some of them had no doors. Some people were barefooted. Some people was trying to make a living by selling fruit on the side. And here I have a website. They're trying to sell fruit by the side of the road. And one thing that the resort kept telling us, don't go out there with the local people. Stay on the resort. And I found that funny, like, why wouldn't you want me to experience the whole Jamaica? Well, that was because you wanted the money to stay on the resort and not go out to the local people. And I'm all about handcraft stuff. So I don't want to purchase something from a souvenir place that says made in China. I want to purchase it from that lady over there that's making it with her hand, and I know that money is going to help fund her family. I want to buy my fruit from there, you know. And when I came back, you guys, and it's a shame sometimes that we have to see people that are absolute destitute in order for us to appreciate what we have. So I came back with a total new mindset of my apartment is not that bad. It's not bad at all. I thank God for this little apartment. But it took that experience, and as well as some more healing, inner healing. Sometimes when you get disappointed, like you suffer like a major disappointment, sometimes you have to get that inner healing from that major disappointment so that you can move forward and you can appreciate the moments that you are in. And once you stop being unappreciative, it opens up so many doors and so many avenues, you guys. So what I say to you guys this holiday season, yeah, I know it's all about people make it about the gifts and the this and the that, but find your true joy. Find your inner healing. Get rid of the negativity and become appreciative wherever you may be at. In hindsight, I looked at the situation in Vegas. The price of the apartment then was you're gonna pay to be in a certain neighborhood, and you're gonna pay for certain amenities. But I thought, what if I was there during the pandemic? What would have happened? And sometimes God sees all of that and say, let me take her back here where she can be comfortable and not stress out there because you don't know what's coming down the line. Who knows? But just at this moment, I am appreciative. I am okay. I'm decorating my place up, y'all. It's cute. It's cute, honey. I said, if I'm going to be here, honey, and it's affordable for me, I can afford it for me. If my son decides to move, it doesn't matter. I can afford my apartment comfortably because, honey, apartments now, 2 bedrooms is running $1,100, $1,200 here in Cincinnati. It is expensive. So, and I can't afford $1,200 a month by myself. I'll take that back. I can afford $1,200 a month for a 2-bedroom, but I will only be working to pay bills. And I will have to get a second job just to do anything leisure, going to the movies and all of that. So my apartment is affordable. It is what it is. I thank God for it. Be appreciative, you guys. Whichever state you find yourself in, be content knowing that is not your destiny. That is not where you're going to stay. But sometimes when we're not appreciative, we can't get to that next place in your life. So I'm happy today, you guys. So guys, that was a transparent moment for me. I just thought I wanted to share that with you guys. And if you got any questions or comments, you already know the spiel. Subscribe to the channel, honey. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. Subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Engage with me down in the comments. You know I'll talk back to you. And share the video. I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas. And whatever you get for Christmas, whatever you don't get for Christmas, whatever you can do and whatever you can't do, be appreciative. If you can't do nothing, be appreciative. If the only thing you can give people is some handmade candles, then be appreciative for what you have. Because guess what? Somebody else is worse off than you. You guys have an amazing day, and I'm going to drop another video on today as well. It's going to be the travel vlog. Peace.